Hey guys, I wanted to reflect about my targeting. Um, my targeting hasn't stopped for 10 years, and that's because the enemy knows something about your DNA, your fabric. And when you carry, you know, Jesus Christ, Noah, Abraham, Jacob, Solomon, blood in your vein, you become a target individual. And they want to spin it around all the time, trying to make it seem like they're out for your highest good. They're trying to help you. They're really working around the clock to help you. But in reality, is they're not really doing anything that beneficial to you. Everything that's been done to you is directly benefits them, And so they have their entourage, the army, and people who are loyal to them, doing their, doing their deeds, and their intention always to shut you, to annihilate you or annihilate you and abuse you, in such a way that it's not really documented because they use energy weapons. It's not invisible. Energy weapons only being read in basically radio wave, frequency reader, whatnot. So it's not really visible, something you could touch. And for the longest time, and I was like, okay, I don't want to really be, pick and fight with these people. I want them to go away. And then when I realized that they're being nothing but abusive to me and to my family, and I realized this fight is personal in every level, and you are the enemy because they don't like your DNA, they don't like your makeup, how God created you. They think, when Canada told me when I was first got targeted, 2015, 2014, they said, you're special. You're not like everybody else. So you're telling me like I'm not like everybody else. Then you treat me in such a way, it kind of is really translate is as a ill intention, and is, basically what you have in your heart. It becomes vocal, through your actions or whatnot. Pretty much they've done a lot of stuff. Send me to the hospital. They sent me to the hospital 11 times. They put my mother in the grave. They killed my mother and my father. They put my brother in a wheelchair. They made my brothers and my other brothers and sisters are sick, and it was very targeted. The only thing I've done is vocalize my dissatisfaction about these people, what I don't like about them and whatnot. But I thought I was practicing my freedoms and things that the Constitution of Canada built on, to allows me to express myself in such a way. But then when you realize that they actually could take away your freedoms, and you sue, you go to court, and they'll throw your court case out. And if you trying to advocate and also enlighten people who are actually doing the targeting, then they'll attack you more. And it is not really, it's not something that I'm imagining happening. It's like an illusion. Something is my own, you know, when you think about something and you intend and it just manifests. It's like that. No, it's not like that. It's directly targeting you for reasons. Those reasons, because first of all, if you are a target individual and you have something they want, they will not pretty much budge, and they will go after you, trying to bend you and to break you, to break your who you are, to make you susceptible to accept whatever they're giving you. And but no, we're not all the same. I'm not someone who would just do what other people wants to do. You know what I mean? I have my own thoughts and my own. I make my own decisions. I don't follow the masses and whatnot, and I can entertain the masses. Having this kind of big debates about them with them about things that really matters. And then I realized that it's like a lot of people are just so far gone. It's hard for you to kind of get them to understand what you're trying to really deliver, and that's why the core of the targeting is they do not like people who are disobedient to the system. They don't like people who are they're all sovereign beings. They don't be molded to a system. You know what I mean? And they don't like that. They don't like also when they offer you something and you reject it. They don't like rejection. You reject something, it's like a slap in the face. They don't like that, and it's like, and then they will wedge a holy F on you. You know what I mean? They would get the neighbors, friends, people around area where you live, all working together, because they would tell these people, you've done something wrong, and this is what's the outcome of it. But these people are not really bright to understand that if I've done something wrong, why I'm not in a court, why there's no any charge under my name, why this is not publicized, is not really in the mainstream media, or there is on YouTube on stuff like that, but it's a lot of stuff that we've been dishing out on YouTube is being censored because controlling the system, controlling the narrative, what you can say, what you cannot say, and they just want people who are docile and they follow what they basically pointers. You know what I mean? They do what you're told, and anyone who would dare to go against the grain, anyone who would say, no thank you, I don't want what you offer me, then they'll target you. But it made me think a lot, about the intention of these people. So these people who have hate in their heart for, no one would love themselves who would hate someone else for no reason. It doesn't make no sense. I'm not going to go in the street and I hate people for no reason. You have to do something to a person to change that person. My targeting for like 10 years, it changed me. It made me like a little bit mean, you know what I mean? And it's not my nature, but with them, I'm mean with them because it's the only language they understand. You know what I mean? Because every day they're like just laying the insult, calling me off my name, calling me, they even told me, motherfucker one time. And it's like in my religion where I come from, you insult somebody's mother, it's like basically put a marker on you, like they're gonna come and kill you. You know what I mean? And they insult me in such a way, and what made matter worse, they killed my mother and then they laughed about it. Who would laugh on someone else's misfortune in terms of killing someone, you know. Um, I could never really, I could never really wrap my head around this, this what I'm dealing with. I never dealt with so, you know, such a dark energy, and people with just hate in their heart. They hate you for because you are in the program. When you're targeted, it's kosher to hurt you. It's kosher to insult you. It's kosher to call you off your name. It's kosher to, steal from you or, get people to work against you by spreading lies, lies and fabrication. There, the when you tell them to provide evidence, whatever you say and have done, they have no evidence whatsoever, and it's just word of mouth. But then it comes from an official person. It's like a government rep, someone who's working for the government, coming to you, telling you like, this person's done that. Then you automatically you believe that person who came to you from a legitimate source. That governments are a legitimate source. Governments are like nothing but a broken system, and set up by the wicked. You know what I mean? Set up by the rich to control the masses. Honestly, humanity, the ways actually how God, made us. We're, open to love and all the, hate, other emotion and anger, rage, and all that. But then these people intentionally running frequency in the background in your TVs and speakers and radio, whatever, and to change your behavior, to make you the person they want you to be. They don't want someone like you. They want somebody is like a little bit, demented. You know what I mean? It's not unstable. It's unstable kind of thing. It's total control, without any solid proof to back up their evidence. When the UN said yes, war governments are actually using all this tactical of war against these target individuals, and they urge the international countries and stuff to stop experimenting on target individuals. Illegal experimentation done and without any consent and stuff. And because they lie about the person, they say that person has done this, and in reality they haven't done anything. They to condemn that person, to condemn them, so you can do what they do. You know what I'm saying? And then the UN made a report, about cyber torture, and they said yes, after their thorough research and investigation, they came up with in reality this is actually happening to these people. And then what the U.S. does, the U.S. stopped funding. Well, it cut the funding in half to the UN. It's like, drop this subject. Don't talk about this because otherwise the money gonna go away. So they defunded, the UN, and stopped really supporting them and whatnot, and because they were kind of went and digging for target individuals and trying to address what's happening to us, and that didn't really sit well with the U.S. It was not just the U.S. It's not the U.S. Like it's like Israel and United Kingdom, Canada, and all those all those countries. They're all involved. You know what I mean? It's like working together in correlation. They're working like in information, basically directing attack and making people who are targeting feel like shit. Excuse my French, guys. Making them feel you're not worth a while. And when you speak about what's been done to you, the targets increase. You know what I mean? Is the humiliation, the verbal assaults, and stuff like that. It continues. You know, and the system have failed us. Honestly, I never really had high hopes for the governments or you know political arena and whatnot. I never really had hope for them because I know they're like programmed to do that's just robotic. They just do what they told. The program, whatever the coding they receive, that what they act on. They never really stray out of the this area where they've been given to freedom to rule or govern, and that's not working. When these governments are not really working for the people and working for the filthy rich people, because who are the one who ruling the world are the filthy rich ones, because they're the one who call the shots. And even though you don't see them in the front line, directing, they're in the back, behind the veil doing stuff and stuff like that. And because they set this system, they did set up this system the way it is. They don't like it. They like people to stay where they are. They don't want people to be rich. They want you to work, 9 to whatever, 24 hours a day, 24/7, whatever. And they like making people in debt the rest of their life. You finish school, you end up with a student loan. You finish, paying for a car. There's something else, a house come up. And then it will take you 60 years to pay a house. Just, some people, they said, 35 years. But then mortgage, interest, and all of that, it adds up. So when you end up, after you finish this house, is you pay the double, more than the double, actually. And that's a reality thing. They like people who spend when you do not have some money to cover your debt. They like you to be in debt. So you are chasing your tail, till the end of the day. They like the slave system. They don't like people who think, on their own. And when they given information, they, dissect that information. Does this make sense to me? Should I just blindly believe that person? That's not a lot of people are like that. Sadly, I ran into this lady the other day on the street. Well, it's just around the corner from my house, and we had this. It started like with a hello, and it's kind of the conversation led into a lot of worldly things. She we talked about the bird traveling, bird immigration to the south in wintertime. She talked about the earthquake. She talked about floods, and she talked about the weather is changing and stuff like that. And I couldn't believe she was on cue with me, she understood exactly. And we were talking, and we were and I was oh, I didn't know a lot of people actually understand what's going on. And because every time I talk to somebody, I feel like it's like fighting, with them, or pulling teeth. They don't want to understand anything, because if it's not aligning with their belief system, it will reject it. They will reject anything you say, because they don't like these people who have freedom of thoughts, and they make own decision and whatnot. They don't like that. They like people who are conforming to whatever the agenda has been rolled out. So for quite a few days, I came just a lot of verbal abuse and stuff, because I wanted to do what I want to do, and they call me off my name and stuff like that, and it got me pissed off. And then I just said to myself, I was gonna kind of get out. I was gonna get out, because I said, you know what? I've never been a person who goes to a place where I'm not welcome, I'm not like that. If I feel like I'm not welcome, I wouldn't go there. You know what I mean? And I would not endorse that kind of establishment. If I go to a restaurant and treated like crap, I would not go back to that restaurant again. It's like that. It's cause and effect. You know what I mean? You do something to a person, you make that person who they are. Because yes, when I've sometime in meditation, thinking of talking to God and stuff, and and the heavens tells me, heaven tells me that I don't have, what is it? I have a unforgiven heart. That's what they told me. Okay, but they know why I'm unforgiving. My mother should be alive today if they didn't kill her. That's a prime disrespect. Attacking somebody's mother. You know what I'm saying? Put her in a grave, fighting her out life in a hospital, giving her diseases. I've not really met anybody from my bloodline who had cancer, and she checks regularly. My mom, she does a lot of blood work and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, it was given to her because they told me they're going to kill her. They told me you're going to kill her, and I said, do not touch her, And it was like going through this ear and going through the other, like they didn't want to listen to me and stuff. And I couldn't, I'm not really God. I cannot protect her. You know what I'm saying? God is, can protect her. I prayed for God to have, protection over her. And when she was in Sudan visiting, she told me they have pins going through her body. One time she asked me to get her something from, the kitchen, and I went to got it for her. And she goes, oh, it's like pins. She felt like, somebody shooting pins at her. And I understand what she was saying, but I couldn't really, I tried in the past, but I didn't want to basically bestow fear in her. Because one time I told her, well, you've been targeted, Mom, you've been targeted, and these pins you've got feelings in your body is like witchcraft, Either they send you like energy forms that it doesn't agree with your creation. Basically, it's the opposite, that is actually cause you harm. And my mom, she says, my mom is a wise woman, she's a great mother and stuff. And she told me, because I know you're talking about, these people are targeting you, Canada and US or whatever, and United Kingdom and stuff, and it's a global problem. And she told me, you've tried to tell me stuff like that in the past, but why target me? I haven't done anything to them. Why would you target someone who hasn't done anything to you? I said, her mom, these people actually target pets. If they know you love the pet, they will attack that pet. So they attack seniors, they attack anything to cause you harm. And so Mom, because they knew that I love my mother, unconditionally. Actually, my mother is like a beacon of light. I've never loved anyone in life as much as I love my mother. You know what I mean? And it irks me like I couldn't protect her. She was going through traumatic events in life, and I would not come to her funeral. And when she was sick in the hospital, I would not go to the hospital because I couldn't really see her in such a state. I could not really see how she became. He's very. My sister sent me a picture of of her and stuff, and then when she died, they laughed. When she died, they laughed. They laughed and told me we don't care. So because I've lost something valuable. I lost something. My mother is not replaceable. She is not something you can go to the store and pick up one. It's not something you have like over the shelf. You go to the store and pick up one. You know what I mean? It's not like mothers, fathers are not replaceable. Your wife, your mother, your wife crooks, your wife or whatever. Then you can go and get married again. You have something. These are, things like that. And that, your parents are not. And we have such a tremendous respect for elderly, where I came from, my culture or whatnot. And we don't treat people the way my mother was treated. It was uncalled for indirect assault on me, on my family, because I do not want to be part of this system. I don't want to join them. You know what I'm saying? If these people, whatever they're offering me, you know what I mean? It was so good. Why people are not really, taking it up, picking it up, you know what I mean? Just that thing out of stock, you know what I mean? Whatever he's trying to offer me, because I rejected what they want to offer me. And then I became this person they demonized, and they spread lies and fabrication and stuff. And, but you grow thick skin. It changed you. In the past, for 10 years, before I was targeted, you would say something to me or do something to me, and I was like, oh, very forgiving. Oh, don't worry about it, stuff happened and stuff. I was very that kind of person, very forgiving. But then, taking away your mother, something that really was something to you, it made me this rigid, mean person sometimes. I never really yelled at my sister my entire life, but I started like lashing out at my family members, and if they said something just a little bit off, and maybe they did not mean to come across that way, but it just triggered me. It made me like angry, and I pretty much insult them. You know what I mean? And that's something about me I do not like, but is being brought onto me. If this what I've done to me, it's very mean and wicked and stuff. And I just, what, I'm hoping for this to go away. You know what I mean? I'm hoping for these people to get out of my life. When you go on the street and you meet people, they don't know you, but they have this ill intention for you. They just do not like you for no reason or another. You don't have to be, someone who had done anything in return to deserve such a thing. No. They go on whatever script they were given, and they attack you accordingly. When I said I'm not gonna forgive them, it pissed them off. When I said I'm not gonna forgive you, I pretty much posted videos on YouTube, and I said I'm not gonna forgive them for what they've done, because hey, the law of karma says that if you've done something to me, I have to be the person forgiven. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you do outside of that is between you and God. You understand? And that's why I'm not gonna forgive. You know what I'm saying? Hey, these people could do whatever you want. You have free will. Free will also something God gave you. But and just I thought about what's going on, and this has been a really reflective kind of day for me. And I thought about it. I was out, this morning, and then on my way here, and a friend's house, and I just I had all these thoughts and things going through my head. Before in the past, I used to want to understand what's going on, and why things is done and whatnot. And then I reached a point that I don't really care to understand. All I care about is helping other target individuals also see the light of day, and maybe avoid things that I've ran into when I first got targeted. Still I am, and if I can save person having to go through this door of enchanted forest, you know what I mean? Everything is like coming alive in the enchanted. It's like remember that movie, The Night at the Museum? It's like this dinosaur coming alive. It's like enchanted forest. It's like similar. You know, I mean, it's like that, and this is what I'm doing. I'm dealing with the system is demonic. This system is demonic. You know what I mean? If people would really understand how demonic it is, you know what I mean, you'll be understand what is been done to me is not kosher. It's by far an act of war, an act of hate towards someone who have done you wrong, who have done nothing wrong to you. You know what I mean? And the only thing I've done is pretty much exercise my rights, my freedoms. If I want to talk about something, I'm going to talk about that. And they don't like that. You know what I mean? They wanted somebody who just keep your mouth shut and go away. Nobody want to hear you talk. You know what I'm saying? They like that. I am not that. So I don't have to conform to that person because that's not me. So, you know, so they lay the insults and stuff to trying to get me, you know, whatever, to be quiet. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I found helping one target individual, one out of one target individual out of I don't know how many millions, at least I have accomplished something. It means something if you save one person, you know, versus, you know, at least I put a serious effort to help that person. I went out of my way to be helpful to humanity. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want to tell you, target individuals. You know, you don't have to be in this box they put you in. You can still go on your path. You go on, you know, stay on course. Do not let, you know, these people, you know, when yesterday I was being insulted and I was doing something and I just said to myself, you know what, lady, I'm not talking to you because I'm going to focus on what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? And so I know the game of distraction, you know what I mean? So it's not something new to me. It's not something I enjoy because I find it boring and so on. You know what I mean? It's boring, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, why would you play something so simple? You know what I'm saying? It's very simple. It's like it's insults, you know, my intelligence. Actually, yeah, I have lots of it. So anyhow, it's just, I find it when you talk down to me, it's get me in like in really, you know, pissy mood. But then I just said to myself, you know what, if I lash, you know, on these people, they won. You understand? So I stayed the course. I started doing whatever I was doing because, and so honestly, sometimes I do things intentionally to piss them off. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not really stepping over somebody's boundaries or whatever. But if they told me not to do one thing, I do exactly that. And I just want you guys to be yourself. Be who God made you to be. Do not be conforming to something you do not believe in. You understand? And, you know, God have the final say. You know what I'm saying? Even though these people who think, oh, well, this thing is God doesn't exist. They said God is dead. You know, they said God is dead. We're going to find out if God is dead, okay? Because we're an extension of God. God never is always present, all knowing. Oh, you know, he's always in the know. For a person trying to dismiss God and say, you know, not give him the respect he deserves and say that he's dead. So, me being target individuals, it's nothing, you know, because if someone, you know, insult God, who am I? You know what I'm saying? To feel like I have rights. I have rights to be respected and to be, you know, whatever. These people didn't respect God. You understand? It's like it's very, you know, when you know, sometimes you think about what's going on in your life, you begin to understand. If they've done it to God, you're not untouchable. You know, you're not someone who is like, who can think, you know, horrible things will happen to you because they just don't like you. So, target individuals, I want to tell you something. I want to show you something. Nothing you've done is your fault. Okay? So I know some of you guys are doubting. They're questioning what's going on because it's synchronized attacks and stuff. You're trying to process why this happening to you and stuff, and it's trying to kind of make sense of it. Nothing you have done is your fault. They just don't like you. They don't like you because of your bloodline. That's it. This is all about all these diseases. They've been spreading, and they say you have to get a shot for it or whatever. That's just to get you, because they want to find all, this specific bloodline. They need to find this, Abraham, Jacob, Moses, and all the, prophet bloodline. That's the bloodline they hate. Okay? That's what the bloodline they want to annihilate. They don't like that bloodline. Anybody who has a universal bloodline or blood type, universal, you can only take from your own, but you can give everybody else. You have the universe blood, universal, that's where it came from. And so they don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Because the universal blood type is immune to a lot of stuff. But then they figured a way to make you sick, attacking you with radiation, radio wave frequency and whatnot, bombarding you with all this energy and stuff, and it start to break your DNA structure and stuff. So they figure out a way. They figure out a way to get around things. It's like it's like the Chinese making Ford in China, and they change one thing and they call it something else. You know what I mean? And it's like that. And so do not be hurt and feeling like you deserve more and stuff. You deserve more, but God is going to give you that. God is going to give you more, but not these people. Do not accept anything from these people. You know what I'm saying? Do not accept help from them. Okay? So this is just a word of wisdom. And I just want to tell you, chin up, and do not let people get to you, because if I did, honestly, if I let people get to me, I would be punching people in the street, you know what I mean? But, yay, you can say whatever you want, words, they're just words, you know what I mean? But remember, every insult is directed toward you. You could use it as remove sins from you and transfer it to that person who actually insulted you. It's in Allah, in these laws that govern the universe. You know what I'm saying? So in the end, you're not losing. You're a winner. You're a winner. You're a winner because they're not really. You haven't really lost. You know what I mean? They've given you something. They've given you something amazing. They're giving you something. Basically, you can do whatever you want and then transfer your sins to that person, to whoever enchanted you, attacking you through, whatever form of attack. You know what I mean? You transfer that. You said, just call God of creation. Call the source of all creation, who governs the universe, the one who exists above all creation, the one who manifests everything into existence. I call forth the sacred name of Allah, the sacred name of the Creator God, the one who exists, who exists pretty much everywhere, and because you have to really do your prayer to this, so because universe will align, with you when you're trying to speak to God. You say it this way, and then God, you actually have direct contact with God. You know what I mean? And then you say, anybody who attack me through energetic witchcraft, magic intentions, demons, entities, any form of attacks, anything that impact me negatively, to remove all sins from me and to pilot for every attack that the enemy have given me to the person responsible. Okay? And then I pray for all target individuals. I pray for all, creation. I pray for all people who have been abused, used and abused and whatnot, who've gone through the same sort of, treatment. You know what I mean? And that, I think, it has to be collective. We have to do it together. In order for the universe to sing. The universe is like a ripple effect. You throw a rock across the ocean and it bounces. It's like the ripple effect. It's like it creates. That's what I want you guys to do. God's always listening. So, and I just wanted to, I know I haven't been posting in a while, but I just wanted to kind of address what's going on in my life. But hey, karma is going to make its round. You know what I mean? And you're going to be there to witness it. You're going to be witness the takedown of the dragon, and it's going to be spectacular. I'm going to be amused. Get the popcorn ready, guys, and get your 3D glasses because it's how it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? Do not worry. Your prayers will not be heard. You are being heard every living moment, every second. Okay? Let me know, and hope this helped you navigate through this dark world ruled by the demons, fallen angels, whatever they are, false lights, whatever they are, and hope this helped. We'll talk soon. Bye.